The showcase of the best players in the NFL is coming up as we celebrate the latest edition of the Pro Bowl. The stars of the AFC and NFC are ready to shine. Next on EA Sports.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Coming up, it's the penultimate game of the NFL calendar, AFC versus NFC in the NFL Pro Bowl game between our visitors. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, it's the Pro Bowl. You never really know what to expect, so I guess I'll ask you, what do you expect?
Well, in recent years, it has turned into an absolute offensive explosion, hasn't it? Games in the 50s are not out of line. What you're hoping is that some of these great defenders have a chance to adjust and react and maybe narrow that down a little bit. But I will say, this game is tilted heavily towards the offense's advantage.
to go. It's the NFL's annual showcase. The 2023 Pro Bowl is underway. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here comes the AFC for their opening drive. Leading them out, it's the third-year man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
I know he's not showing it on the outside, but inside, he's got to be celebrating because think about all the quarterbacking we saw in the AFC this year. 5 or 6 guys could have earned this honor. He got the nod, a real feather in his cap.
They started on the ground with Eckler, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. That's caught, and it's Eckler again. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. Leading them out, the 3rd-year player from Oklahoma by way of Alabama, Jalen Hurts.
And no doubt about it, it was a banner year for quarterbacks in the NFC. A number of guys could very well have been selected for this. But I thought he stood out. I thought he found a way to separate himself from the pack, and he's been rewarded as the starting quarterback in the Pro Bowl. Definitely the right choice in my book.
Jerry Hughes on the stop.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Here's Johnny Hacker now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. And taken at the 46. It'll be a 41-yard punt, giving 5 on the return. And it'll be a short field ahead as the AFC takes over 1st and 10. So now the AFC offense here coming back out for their second drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Herbert on 1st down now. He gets this to Davante Adams. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Herbert now. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. So nothing doing there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Well, certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do. It gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
So now we'll get our second look in this game at the NFC offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalposts, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it with Fournette, and he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back, but they avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up 1st downs.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They keep it with Fournette on 1st down. We'll get this up to about the 44.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 44, Hurts. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. A shotgun give to Fournette. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd down, back to Fournette. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Throwing is Hurts. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Fournette running out of the gun. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Again, it's Fournette. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Hurts sets up to throw it. And a catch right side by Evans. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right...
And he will carry this one in. Touchdown, NFC. Jalen Hurts. A 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the NFC has taken the early lead. So the NFC with our first touchdown of the game. And, of course, we'll probably see some offense in this one. I don't know, though, that we'll see what we saw in 2013 when the NFC posted 62 points.
You talk about pyrotechnics. That was crazy, even for a Pro Bowl. 62 points. I think you wore out your voice in that one, talking about all the touchdowns that were scored.
I would love to see 63 or more, though, I got to tell you. All about offense in this thing.
Pro Bowl offense. Let's go.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. His kick is good, and the NFC goes up 7-0. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Marcus Jones going to elect to bring this one out. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's scooped up by the NFC. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line.
Starting to get the sense throughout the league that more of the special teams coordinators give their guys the green light to bring the ball out because everyone wants big plays to happen. I don't know if that philosophy will hold after that error there, turn it over that deep in their own territory.
Do guys go rogue there a lot based on feeling?
I think a lot of them just sense that they can make a play and make a huge one to help their team. And they have to have that athletic arrogance about themselves. And every now and then, though, it'll cost them. And that's what we just saw there.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Hurts to throw. This is caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
And they'll try the option on first and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
No question, he's so dangerous down here near the goal line. The safeties, they have to be involved in run support against a quarterback like this. And in turn, they're going to ask their teammates to be involved as well.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play.
And he is in. Touchdown NFC. Jalen Hurts with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And they're able to add on to their advantage. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? But oftentimes, if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns third and goal into a touchdown. Elliott on for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. 5 plays there on that drive, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The AFC set to take over on offense. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up first and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The AFC with a foot. in the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. It's Eckler again. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it looks like the NFC's going to have it, and they do. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Here's the NFC offense set to take over again. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. This offense on 3rd down today, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Just to pick up a 3, but that is indeed enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Fournette running right. Down to about the 37.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Hurts. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through this time in the Pro Bowl.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The offense heading back out as we take a closer look at Austin Eckler. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit. Maybe featuring other people touching it for a while. And then you get a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. Up the middle with Eckler. And taken down just shy of the 40.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Flush to his right, and that's incomplete.
Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
This is taken at the 15. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the NFC will take over 1st and 10. The NFC offense heading back onto the field. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down.
Here we go.
They'll go option to the short side. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Here we go.
Hurts going to keep it again. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Hurts. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down, and then some.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Fournette, a 1st down carry. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Fournette once more on 2nd down. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They'll go with a big bank Fournette. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short the line to gain. Leonard Fournette stops short of the marker on 4th down. And as a result, possession switches hands. On first down, Justin Herbert. On the out route, this is Adams with a catch. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Herbert. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call him tippy toes if that one was completed.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. That'll give him 8 that time, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The offense back out. There's the veteran bruiser, the running back, Leonard Fournette. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Well, now he's looking just to add to his totals. 62 yards rushing for him now in this first half of the Pro Bowl.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On first down, Hurts. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. On second down, here's Fournette. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll try the right side here with Fournette. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Open man right side is caught complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. Back to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
He'll set up the screen to Fournette. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Travis Kelce, and all the way in for the touchdown. Travis Kelce, one play, 75 yards. And the AFC strikes quickly there for 6. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The NFC takes possession here late in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. They'll swing this out to Fournette. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. They'll throw now on the final play. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have come upon halftime of this Pro Bowl with the NFC on top of the AFC. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for our visitors in the first half. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, on the other side, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. There's probably not too much for these coaches to do in terms of X's and O's, but hey, both these teams are in it to win it. So with that, we'll get you back out for the second half of this year's Pro Bowl. Here's Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The NFC offense heads out to begin this third quarter. And Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running. It's 1-2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
It seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there of 22.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Kamara up the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run it again with Kamara. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, short and shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. To throw is Rodgers. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The AFC offense now heading out for their first drive of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Eckler now between the tackles. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Once more, here's Eckler. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw here, Herbert. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
One of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Herbert gets this into the hands of Allen, and he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert, it's Kelsey on the ground. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Here's Herbert. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
He finds his target, Allen. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Eckler again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. Eckler. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
Another going through all the possibilities right now, but the truth of the matter is a field goal doesn't do them a ton of good. It'd still be a 2-score game, so to me, go for it. Go for it boldly.
Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will cut the lead down to 13. With a 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense, get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
Taken at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense for the NFC back out there. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
From the 29, Rodgers. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a first down. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. Now it's Rodgers. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now, after the loss, he'll have to navigate a 2nd and 17. Again, it's Kamara. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Complete. Jefferson the target. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stopped him short.
And the NFC punt team out there now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the AFC will have it 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Here's Herbert. It's caught here by Adams. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Allen. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw again on second down. Herbert over the middle, complete. That's Adams. He's at the 30. 10. And touchdown. Davante Adams. 63 yards. And the AFC able to draw a bit closer. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays that cover a lot of ground. We want long-distance plays, whether long-distance runs, long-distance passes. It doesn't matter. In the Pro Bowl, big plays are what we're all looking for.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And Davante Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The NFC about ready to set up shop offensively. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the 4th quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them and not have to live with that for the rest of the year.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He said, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Lance on the option right. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Up the middle, Jones. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Play action, now it's Lance. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. And the NFC punt team out there now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the AFC will take over 1st and 10. They started on the ground with Eckler. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Herbert has it knocked free. And a tough turnover there as now they will have it at the 6-yard line, 1st and goal. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that 6th sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback With that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is in. Touchdown NFC. Alvin Kamara, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the NFC able to capitalize on that fumble recovery and turn it into 6.
We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over. And here a late turnover leads to a fourth-quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
The NFC going to line up and go for 2 here. Lance going to try to throw for this. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth-quarter lead. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes can prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Out comes Devontae Adams in the offense for their next drive. They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert throwing the out route here, and it's complete to Kelsey. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The AFC thus far on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now a give running left is Eckler, and he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
The AFC punt team out there now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is taken at the 23. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Here we go, set.
Lance now to throw. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here.
Steps away to his left. taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
On the double.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Throwing now is Lance. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Lance going to hold on to it. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
And he's going to take this one down to the 25. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Lance going to throw. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
On second down, it's Jones. And he'll get this down only to the 18. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The AFC offensive unit getting set to take over.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This then uses motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down. Herbert now. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Fourth down for Herbert. Desperation time. Throw left side complete. That's Williams. And he is going to have enough for an AFC first down. So how about that? They risk it on fourth down, and they're rewarded. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on fourth. Here's 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Herbert throwing again. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be in. And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Herbert. And his throw is going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
On the screen, this is Eckler. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
On 4th down, Herbert. Allen has it, left side. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. The AFC went for it, and it doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Again, it's Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's the NFC with the football as we welcome you back. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing his Lance on third down. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. Jerome Baker there on the tackle. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And inside give to Jones. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 43 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter. Looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out. We've got them now.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Here's the option going right. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And he'll get it down here to the 43. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Here's Lance. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final thoughts on this Pro Bowl?
We had some fun, didn't we?
Absolutely.
A lot of excitement, some big plays to watch, a lot of those great matchups that we don't get to see during the regular season because sometimes teams don't play against each other. And, oh, by the way, no one got hurt. There's the win for everyone. I think the fans enjoyed this one.